Good morning. Today we're going to read from Rumi, and you know how much I love reading from Rumi. Um, Today's text is about quietness. And so let's take a moment to be quiet and just really feel what Rumi is going to talk to us about, right? Have you ever experienced real silence, real quietness? Today we're going to contemplate Rumi's poem from the rendition by Coleman Barks called The Essential Rumi. And in this, Rumi begins by writing, "Inside this new love, die." When Rumi says die, he's not talking about a physical death. He's talking about the ego death. He's talking about the death of that which is false, of that which is untrue, of all that we've believed and all that we've thought that we are, that we want, that we desire, and all that we know ourselves to be, our identity. So he's talking about the death of this identity that we think we are, with all of its multifarious colors and shapes and what have you that we've accumulated since we were born, our ego, our egoic self. So he says, inside this new love, die. What is this new love he talks about? Everything here, I'm telling you, is an enigma. It's something to really ponder. It's something to really look into deeply, because you won't get the answers like in normal conversation. There's a depth to it. There is a wisdom to it, and it's time to really find what he's trying to say, because within his words lies a wisdom that has the ability to transform our lives massively, enormously. Yeah, you will just begin to feel it deeply once you get the sense of where he's going. Inside this new love, die. So think of this. We've been seeking love all our lives. Rumi talks about a different kind of love, a love that is not based upon finding the ideal soulmate or the ideal partner, but in finding love itself, in discovering the true nature of love. And it's not about loving yourself, it's not about finding your soulmate, it's not about some kind of mythical, romantic, fairy tale love that we've been taught about. It is about love at its core. That's a lot of what I wrote about in my book, Loving Soulfully, as well. So if you like to know more about my thoughts on that, I'd love for you to download that. You'll find it at lovingsoulfully.com. It's a free download. So, coming back to Rumi, inside this new love is this new discovery of love that Rumi has been making. And in that discovery of love, he's discovering something unlike anything he's ever found before. And he's saying, to enter this place, you will need to die. You might think from your logical mind, if I have to die to go somewhere, well, then I won't exist. And if I don't exist, then I won't go anywhere. So this is a conundrum. What are you talking about? He's talking about, as I said earlier, the death of the known, the death of what you think is love, the death of what you think is you, the death of all that you have believed up till now, right? That is the egoic death, if you want to call it in short. So then he continues, your way begins on the other side. Become the sky. Take an axe to the prison wall. Escape. What is the prison wall? What is he asking you to escape from? Did you even know that you were in a prison? Did you even understand that this world is the prison? That your thoughts, your desires, your needs are the prison? Or did you think that this was home? This is reality. All spiritual teachers since the beginning of time have referred to this body as the housing in which we live. We live in this body. The soul, which is eternal and carefree and needs nothing and desires nothing, is now limited by this body. It cannot fly, it cannot touch the heavens, it cannot touch the outer limits of its possibilities. It is imprisoned within this. And within this, we have made our home. And within this, now we have found another place that we call home. And then a country, and then a nationality, a religion. And we have made all of that our home. We have found a belonging in this world, which in fact was never ours, in this body, which was never ours, in this reality, which is actually unreal. So he says, your way begins on the other side. Become the sky. How do you know you're on the other side? On the other side of this reality is when you become the sky. What does it mean to become the sky? It means to be vast, to be infinite, to be limitless. That's the symbolism of the sky. Become the sky. Not touch the sky, not approach the sky, but become the sky. Become that limitless place. How do you do that? There is a secret. There is a way. Take an axe to the prison wall, he says. So first it begins by taking an axe, breaking down the prison wall of that which you think you are, that which you believe, that which you desire, that which you have, whatever story you've got from your past, whatever plans you have for your future, they are the prison wall. That prison wall is stopping you from being infinite like the sky. Think about it. We are in a prison of our own making. Escape, he says. Walk out like someone suddenly born into color. Imagine if you had been living in a world that is black and white all along, and now you've discovered color. Oh my goodness, what would that be like? Imagine being blind and seeing color for the first time. How magical it would be. How fascinating everything would be. And in much the same way, when we break the prison wall of our egoic self and that which we think we are, and all the stories of our past and present and future, a new door opens, a door of infinite possibility. This is not theoretical. This is not mystical. This is not something fantastical. This is, in fact, the real experience of anyone who has understood and walked on this path. I know what he's talking about. You can know what he's talking about. This is not beyond your reach. This is very much the path we were all meant to walk on. Do it now, he says. Don't wait. Don't wait till you're older. Don't wait until you can somehow figure it out. Do it now. Do it now. See the urgency. Feel the urgency in what he's telling you. You're covered with thick cloud. You are covered by thick clouds of darkness, thick clouds of ignorance of your real self. This knowledge we are accumulating in this world, this is not of any value. This knowledge we are accumulating of the things and how they work, and of science and of metaphysics, or anything else that you may be accumulating knowledge about, this is not it. Knowledge you might think you have about God, or knowledge that you think you might have about anything, your knowing is not it. That is the thick cloud. Your knowing is not it. It is beyond your knowing. That sky that he talks about, that is beyond our knowing. That is beyond our thinking, beyond our perception, beyond our opinion, beyond our every possibility that we could imagine. So he says, you are covered with thick cloud. Start by just assuming that what he's saying might be true, because what he's saying is not new. It has been echoed for thousands of years by spiritual teachers all across the world. Slide out the side. This thick cloud is so thick, is so dense. This cloud of our ego, our egoic self, you cannot penetrate it. You cannot fight it. You cannot begin to do battle with it. It is all pervasive in us. But he says there is a way. Slide out the side. Slip away. Slip away. It won't happen by taking some drug. It won't happen by avoiding it and watching a lot of TV. It won't happen by going on a vacation. That's not how it happens. Slide out the side. In other words, your mind's trying to tell you things. Oh, you're not good enough. Oh, you're so lazy. Oh, it's critical of you. Oh, this. Slide out the side. Don't pay attention. Some people in the meditation community will tell you about observing. Yes, but Rumi puts it beautifully. Slide out the side. Don't do battle with something that is not worth doing battle with. Die. Die. When the ego has no hold on you, when it cannot control you, when you do not listen to it, when you challenge everything it says, when there is no one to be controlled by the egoic mind, the ego will collapse and die. Do you understand? It's not hard. It's not hard. You simply have to tune out. Tune out from that station inside your head, the voices inside your head that are telling you what the world is. You know, you go someplace, you go to a room and it says, oh, that's a cup. Oh, that's this person. Oh, I don't like them. They're so, I don't trust them. I don't feel right about them. Oh, this, that, the other. It's constantly giving you a commentary of what is going on in the world around you. Oh, those clouds, those are pretty. Oh, no, they're not as nice as the ones we saw yesterday. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sure you do. He says, slide out the side. Just like slipping out of a party, right? There's a party, everyone's making a lot of ruckus, there's a lot going on over there, and you slip out into the night where it's quiet. Die. And then the noise of the party dies out. And suddenly you're out somewhere in the open, looking at the stars in the night, and the party has died for you. It may be going on somewhere else, but it's died for you. The egoic mind has collapsed, and that is what is happening inside you then. Die and be quiet, he says. Quietness is the sure sign that you've died. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Quietness is the surest sign that you've died. You know, there's a saying I remember hearing, it comes to mind right now. It says, empty vessels make the most noise. You hear a lot of people talking a lot of things. They have a lot to say. And some of them sound really profound and they sound really knowledgeable and they sound like they really, really know their stuff, right? And when you listen to them, you can be so impressed by what they're saying because, man, like, wow, I wish I could be like that. But no, that is the noise and the din of foolishness. Empty vessels make the most noise. The people who make the most noise, who talk the loudest, who have the most to say, are often empty vessels, just like that. Quietness, Rumi says, is the surest sign of someone who has died to their ego. They're no longer listening to the chatter in their head, and therefore there is no chatter coming out of their mouth. This is so juicy. You will know a person who has died to their ego by the quietness you will feel and experience. In their presence is that energy of quietness, and from their mouth will come words that are pearls of wisdom. There is no noise coming out of their mouth. There is no chatter. There is no endless rumination about the things of this world. Quietness, Rumi says, is the surest sign that you've died. If you want to recognize who is the person who is truly quiet inside, find a person who is truly quiet inside. That person has become awakened. That person has found the true nature of reality, which is silence. Rumi continues, your old life was a frantic running from silence. And because the mind is constantly chattering, and because it is constantly yap, going on and on inside us, we keep trying to run away from it. How do we try to run away from it? Every way possible. We try to get busy at work. We try to get busy at home. We try to clean the house. We try to fix the things. We try to do this and we try to do that. Then we try to watch some TV. Then we try to, have a drink, and then we have something to smoke. And then from this way to that way, we try to be with another person. We try to distract ourselves in a million different ways. In all of those ways, Rumi says, we were running from silence. In fact, the silence that we're running from feels so threatening, feels so daunting. It feels as if we might die. Who might die? It is the ego. If you tune into the silence within you, the ego will lose its power over you. When you tune into this inner silence, then that world of the ego will have to be silent, be quiet. What is silence? Silence is the nature of reality. It is the nature of the absolute. It is the nature of the infinite. Chattering is the nature of the ego. So as long as you're in the mind, the chattering is going on. In fact, we are controlled by our mind at every single moment. We are slaves of our mind. We are its puppets. And yet, the mind is not the real self. The mind is not who you are. You are a prisoner of the mind, encaged in its walls, forced to act according to its whims, forced to react by its whimsical ways. It is a sad story. It is a tale full of sound and fury, Shakespeare said. It is a tale full of sound and fury signifying nothing. Our lives, our stories, our reactions, our emotions, our thoughts are a tale full of sound and fury signifying nothing. This is not a call for depression. This is not a call for futility, but it is a call for waking up. It is a call that says, hey, there is something more than all of this. Do not be so caught up in this. Do not be so perturbed by what is going on. Slide out of this mind, and you will find that there is a beautiful life waiting for you. Your old life, he says, was a frantic running from silence. The speechless full moon comes out now. The speechless full moon comes out now. What is the fruit of getting away from this chattering mind? Silence, inner silence. And that inner silence, in that inner silence, in the dark night of that inner silence, which you're so afraid of, what the ego is so afraid of going there because it will lose its hold on you, within that arises the full moon, brilliant, powerful, and beautiful. That is what the invitation is about. That is what we are being called into. Come, my dear friends, let us go there. It is time. Our time has come. And we do not need to be part of this tiny little frog in the well existence that we have grown accustomed to. It is time for us to be free. Freedom is not about freeing a nation. It is not freedom to do whatever we want. It is not freedom to be, some people go around saying, my life, my body, my this, my that. No, please. That is not real freedom. This is freedom. Freedom from the mind, freedom from your ego, freedom from your past, from your present, and your future. Freedom from anything life may throw at you. That is freedom. This is the true freedom that Rumi is talking about here. And it lies in the place of silence, quietness. Contemplate these words. Come back to them. And keep on looking at how you can become more and more aligned with your inner silence. It lies within you. Just know that. The hardest part for me was I always felt that meditation was a process that was going to take me somewhere. It was going to make me become something. I always thought that I had to attain quietness or stillness. I thought that I had to somehow achieve this. Just as we try to achieve things in the world, the thinking was that I had to achieve this. I had to work hard. I had to struggle. I had to make it happen. That was the lie. That was the illusion that my mind was spinning for me. I agree, things of this world might need hard work, and things of this world might need you to struggle. But the things of spirit, the things of the spiritual realm, do not operate on those rules. They do not work like that. In fact, it is easy. You will tell me again and again, as I told myself again and again, that, oh no, Rohit, you're kidding me. It's not easy. It's hard. It's hard work. I've tried. I can tell you, I tried so many times to meditate and I failed. Hey, that was my story. I failed so many times. But real meditation is not about a process, no matter what that process might be. It is not about a mantra. It is not about breathing. Yes, those things are helpful, no doubt about it. But it is not about the process. It is about slipping out of the clutches of your mind and your ego and sliding into that inner space. It is becoming indifferent to all that has been said and all that will be said by your mind and your ego. You are not that which you think you are. You are none of it. Not even your story, not even your emotions, not even your thoughts. You are none of it. And when you realize that none of this is me, it's happening. I'm having thoughts, I'm having emotions, I've had a story, but none of that is me. I exist here. I have been the witness of the story. I have been the person in the movie theater watching the movie. I am not a part of me, this body mind framework, was acting in the movie. But now, the movie, I have the chance to witness it. Like an actor who's acted in a movie and then now comes to see I'm not sure what that word is, I've heard it before, but where they come back and they watch the shot, the takes from the movie, right? Now they're sitting in the audience, watching themselves on the screen. Become that. Become that witness to your life, to the story, and realize that was just a story. That was not me. I am here. I have a life that is separate from it all. A life that's hallmark is quietness. So I'm so grateful to you for being here, for being with me in these moments of contemplation. I usually start off with having no clue as to what we're going to talk about or what it's going to be like. I open up a verse and feel into it and allow that inner wisdom to speak through. You too can do that. So I'd love to hear you take the time to contemplate these words and share with me what you thought of this, what it meant to you. Perhaps you saw it differently than I did. I'm sure you did. We all see things differently, and that's perfectly wonderful. So share with me your take, and I'd love to hear your views in the comments. And if you'd like to know more or connect with me in any way, I'm at rohitjuneja.us, or look for me at rohitjuneja.com, or if you'd like to get my book, lovingsoulfully.com, you can download it there. And I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's on the same lines of what Rumi is writing, perhaps different. And thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next Monday. We're usually on at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Today we got a little delayed for some technical problems, but I'll try and be here right around that time. See you and have a wonderful day. Take care.